Hi, I'm Katie Hacker, and this season we're conducting our own jewelry making workshop with leading designers. Today's featured artist is Susan Lenart Kazmer. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you.
And today we're going to be working with resin, so you have a couple of different techniques to show us, right?
Absolutely.
Great.
Yes. I actually have something that I'd like to show you with stones, doing faux stones and inclusions.
Great.
And so the whole day today, I actually, for the couple classes today, I have a 10-year body of work in resin.
Well, let's look at your necklaces while we talk too, because now these are beautiful, and this is really does look like stone. You tricked me. I thought it was druzy, which is what the quartz looks like before it's polished, right?
Right.
So, and then the middle one is opal.
Opal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, and these are techniques that people can learn in your book, so I'm excited to get a sneak preview.
Absolutely,
here too.
yeah, and it expands a little bit on the book too. So,
oh, good.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
it's good.
Well, so what should we do to start?
Well, actually, this is one of the first pieces that I wanted to show was the faux druzy. So there's faux druzy opals and any other inclusions in here. And this actually, what I want to show, you have to do this technique with glass glitter. So I actually brought some glass glitter. But to start with, all the projects that we're doing today, we're going to be using a 2-part jeweler's grade resin. So I brought it here.
And I know you're the resin queen, so you have all the tips.
Well, you know, I've been working with it for a long time. So this, I have a measuring cup here that comes with it, and you really just want to measure it 1 to 1. So I'm just going to really quickly kind of mix this up. There's plungers that you can purchase with the resin, but I like having a lot on hand, so I just mix it myself. Once you get used to mixing it, you just have to mix it exact 1 to 1. So once you get that formula down,
it's easy to replicate.
Exactly, yeah. So you can see there's 2 parts there, so I'm just going to go ahead and mix this together. You want to scramble it for about 3 minutes, just gently mixing it.
And when you are ready to work with resin, I think one of the things that I learned early was that you have to kind of prep all of your pieces, because once your resin is ready to go, then you need to start pouring, right? So about how long do you have to work with it?
I have about an hour, and I guess it depends on the temperature in the room. I've mixed it up when I was in Mexico or Arizona, and you know, you have less work time there. It's actually 70 degrees would be perfect.
Okay.
We're here in Ohio, and it's a little chilly, so sometimes it takes a little longer.
Okay.
But yeah.
Is there anything that you do to speed it along, or you just wait?
No, sometimes I'll put it underneath a hot light for a little bit if I have a lot of bubbles. I mean, there's a lot, you're going to see a lot of bubbles in there now, but I just let it sit for 5 minutes. If I'm in a cold area, I'll put it underneath a hot light for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
The bubbles should be out. I'm doing work with a lot of inclusions, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next step that I'm actually going to do for the druzy is I'm just going to take my bezel, or you can take a flat surface or whatever you have, and I'm just going to put a little bit of resin in the bottom. So this resin is going to go a long way. I'll be able to use it all day. And I'm actually just going to overfill it. This is a glass glitter. Glass glitter, you get a different look than a holographic glitter. So really, there's a few different glitters that I'm going to show today, but this one is glass. And for the druzy, you really want to use glass. You can see I'm getting into the corners.
So make sure you get really good coverage.
Yeah, and some of this I'll be able to dump off of here and use again.
Okay.
So I just overfill, because really I can get back in there and get it.
You could put that on a paper plate and use it again.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, I guess, see how I have a little bit of resin here? Really, I want to make sure it's filled in my corners. You see I have a mound there, because what I'm looking for is highs and lows of a surface.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of important. You don't want it to look too perfect, or you're not going to be convinced it's a stone.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So when this dries, as soon as this dries, then what you're going to want to do is, like I told you, you just kind of dump off the excess. And you know,
so you can see you have a textured surface there, yeah.
Yeah, and there's highs and lows in different areas, and it really looks nice. Now, to me, I always say it's in the finish work. So you have to go a step farther. You can keep it like this, but it's kind of flat. I think because I was trained as an artist, it's like I'm always looking for all the details in a piece to make it look like a stone. So I just sometimes will kind of get in here and dirty up the edges a little bit and dirty up some parts of it, because you can see when you, so this is just, this is a permanent ink, and I'm going to get in here to all my edges and some of this and just kind of,
Yeah, it makes it look more natural, and it's a little bit, the color is a little bit different too.
yeah,
Some
so it just
shadows.
does. So that's kind of, you know, and sometimes I'll even do more work, but make sure there is the shadows in there, so.
Okay.
Yeah. So that actually is the faux druzy, and you can, here's just some different variations and of fine. So with the glass glitter, I used a medium grit, but you can use a real fine grit
Okay.
for this type of a piece.
And like on the silver one, for example, did you pour more resin after your glitter is dry, or do you just fill it all the way up?
Absolutely. I think that's the reason that I like using bezels that are like a cup, because it is glass and you could cut, but see, I don't fill it up to the edges. So, you know, it's glass, just like druzy is rock and stone. So yeah.
So you get that feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's.
And then you have some other glitters here too.
Yeah, so actually this one is the opal colors. Now these are the holographic, it's like holographic glitters, but this one you can't even tell how nice that's gonna look. But I'm gonna take another cup and just pour a little bit of my resin in here. And this one actually is a fire opal that looks like this. I don't have this one in the sample, but that one's a fire opal. And then this is just,
It kind of has a moonstone look to it.
yeah, I know. But and then as soon as it's mixed in this resin, you're going to be surprised. And with depending on the metal you put in the background, it really is nice. So I brought with a light bezel. Now this can go on even flat surfaces or anywhere. But here it is here. And then what I just do is pour it in. Oops. Well, we'll pour it into this heart. I think I had a triangle prepared, but see, with this silver background, it'll pick up the silver, and you can see a lot more blues in here.
Yeah.
So,
It does look opalescent. That is so pretty.
Yeah.
And you could put other things in there now, too.
You can put other things, too.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have one more idea to show.
Right. And that actually is with mica flakes. And I'm just going to do the same thing again. It's really a lot of the same technique that we showed before, but I just wanted to show just different types of materials you can put in here for stone-like. You know, and if you mixed different grades, you'd get a different look too. So this one actually, I'm going to pull.
So this is the larger mica flakes, and those are reflective too.
Yeah, right. So it really does have a stone-like quality, and again, depending on how much resin you put in.
Yeah. Now you could also mix in some other glitters and things like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's take a look at your final pieces. Take a last look at our pieces, because those are so beautiful, and it really does show you 3 different ways to make your own stone at home. Amazing.
Absolutely.